because the Trump administration just within the past month put out an app agreeing to pay illegal immigrants to leave the country. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I think the problem that we're having with most of the conversations in these apps and Clubhouse is there's just such a strong proliferation of misinformation that everybody has separate data and a separate look at what we're doing. So we end up having to.
Sam, can I just ask you a quick question?
Well, you can't while he's speaking. Maraz, listen, this is America. We have rules. This isn't fucking Canada. One person speaking, you let him fucking finish.
Yeah, appreciate that. Yeah, what I was going to say to your point in terms of 2024, one, from that 4 years as president, he didn't put enough in place to stop illegal immigration. So it's not like this is a new term for him. In 4 years, Mexico was going to pay for the wall was going to be built, there was going to be an immigration bill, we were going to solve immigration. Guess what? 4 years of Trump happened and we didn't solve immigration, but we did get a pandemic. Okay, that's just a fact, no disputing that, right? Nobody's holding them to accountability for wasting 4 years of immigration. Joe Biden had 4 years, right? We say, here's the number that came in, but we also don't realize that Trump, in articulation on stages and in policy, demonized immigrants, but he ran on immigration because he didn't run on policy. He just ran on emotions and xenophobia and several other things. So there was a bill, everyone knows this, but let me just get the whole word out before somebody jumps in. There was a bill that they worked on during the Biden administration that Biden was ready to sign, that the Republicans in the House and the Senate led, working in caucus with Democrats, to send more patrols to the borders to solve the illegal immigration crisis. And let's say factually what happens for context. Donald Trump knew that the xenophobia was his best way to get into the White House. So he said, hold tight, House Speaker, don't pass that bill. I need to demonize these immigrants a little bit more to make people set up for ICE and what they're going to do. And then to make people fearful of the nasty, evil, disease-carrying vermins from the South that are going to take over the country and ruin our way of life. Because that's my campaign pledge. And what did he do?
I got a question. Hold on. I have a question for you. Since you brought up the bill, I have a question for you. How many border crossings, illegal border crossings, did that bill allow for on a daily basis?
The border crossings on a daily basis, I don't know. What I do know.
Oh, what? No, hold on. If you're going to reference the bill that you thought was such a good idea, it's probably a good idea for you to know the details of what was in that bill and why people with common sense would oppose that bill. Because if you don't know that number, let me explain. It would have allowed 10 times the amount that was coming in under the Trump administration previously. So if you don't know these details, it's probably not a good idea for you to simp for them.
Okay, I'll raise you one on that, right? So yes, that specific detail I didn't know, but what I would ask you is why did MAGA Republicans put that in the bill in the first place as a lead point if that's a detriment and Trump didn't like it? MAGA and Trump typically work hand in hand. This is a MAGA Republican, conservative Republican-led bill. Why did the same party that's advocating and simping for ICE not put the right bill together in caucus with the Democrats? Tell me what happened with that, Mojo.
It's very clear. You're just wrong. In fact,
no, I didn't ask the question. I'm not wrong. I just asked the question.
Well, no. You're.
Why did they put the bill together like that?
You're wrong on who put the bill together, and the evidence that you're wrong is who opposed that bill. Let me ask you this: if MAGA Republicans were responsible for the bill, then why did MAGA Republicans oppose the bill?
Because they wanted to politicize it for election season, which is what I just said. So who did the
wait a minute. Hold on. You're an expert on this bill, but you didn't even know.